In the Yard Cart Nationals deal, I noticed that a lot of guys run like, not a wedge body, but I guess like a mini wedge body, to where, because you can't run a nose in that series, so people just run side panels. But instead of just having it the same length all the way across, it's high back here and then gets lower in the front, which I'm a fan of. So I have these that are currently the same length all the way across. I want to come in here, I'm gonna cut the top off and then see where it looks good, but I'll come in and like cut something like that, not that extreme, but probably like that to give it that lower in the front look. And then I will go back, and because I want to save this lip on the inside, I don't just want the panel to be flat. And I'll come back with fiberglass and I'll fiberglass this piece back along wherever I decide to cut right there. So yeah, I'll go ahead and draw me a line right there and get this top piece cut off. Alright, so this is kind of the look I'm going for. I didn't want nothing too drastic. It's probably, I don't know, maybe an inch lower in the front than it is in the rear. Just got it pinned up there right now. I am going to use some fiberglass to fill that hole too, because it's for the starter and it'll obviously be off because you know, the panel wasn't where it originally was on the go-kart. But now I'm gonna go upstairs and hope that my fiberglass resin isn't a solid brick. And I will get all these holes filled in, like the little holes to where the bolts went through to mount them to the Nerf bars previously. All that's gonna be off. I ordered a Zeus kit so I can just Zeus these side panels on. And then I will fiberglass this top back on too, because like I said, I want a little lip right here. I don't want it to just be raw fiberglass right there. I will tell you, you might see me in some of these videos not wearing a respirator when I'm grinding on metal. But there's one thing that I will make sure to always have a respirator on for, and that is fiberglass. Just feeling that shit on your skin, you can imagine what it's doing inside of your lungs. Go upstairs, see if I can find my fiberglass resin and get to fiberglassing these tops on. Well, bad news, folks. The fiberglass resin that I thought I had, that stuff found a super good hiding place because I can't find it, so off to get some more. Resin acquired. Damn table was flat. That'd be helpful. Need something to hold that side panel up. A little bit of tape to hold it in place. Now, I'm no professional with this, but I have done fiberglass in the past with decent amount of luck. What I like to do, get your resin, pour you a little bit in here, get your hardener. It says 10 drops of hardener per 1 ounce of resin. So, I don't know, probably about 1 ounce, isn't it? Get a piece of the net, the fiber net, cut out real quick. Two, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully that's enough. Mix this deal up. Grab you a paintbrush. In this case, I'm just using a foam brush. Go ahead. Put a little bit of resin on there. That way the fiber net has something to stick to. Don't worry about the tape on the back side. Once I go peel that off, if there's any remaining tape that's stuck to the fiberglass, I can just sand it off with the DA. Get a good amount on there. And grab your, just call it fiber net, I guess. It's gonna make a mess. Fiberglass is not fun to deal with. Get enough resin on there to hold the net down. Probably a good idea to wear a mask when you're doing this too, because the fumes off this stuff is, it's not nice. Or it might be nice, depending on what you like getting into on your Saturday nights. Let this deal dry overnight, come back out here tomorrow and I'll cut away all that extra stuff that I don't need. All right, so now that this is dry and pretty sturdy, I can come and cut off all this extra with a razor blade. And then I can cut out a little piece, a little circle piece for this big hole right there. Should be pretty close. Something like this. Pretty close, the resin will fill in the rest. But then I can flip this up, put a little tape on the, I guess this would be the front side of it. Like so. Flip it back over. Mix up a little bit of resin. I probably should go ahead and put some tape on those little holes. Put a little bit more fiber net. I can always come back and sand this down if I get too much resin on there. I'm gonna have to sand this down before I paint it anyways. Give it a fresh coat of black. I'll pour a little bit more resin up here, just because it's a little thin. Over there looks pretty good, but I got a little extra, so might as well use it, right? And then once this dries, I can flip the panel over, peel the tape off, and see where it needs some filler. All right, so before I flip this over and take the tape off, I'm gonna go ahead and knock all this big stuff down with the flappy disc. And then I'll come back with probably 80 or 180 on the DA and sand all this down. so the left side is all cured and dry. I'm not gonna bore you with the whole sanding deal. I'm gonna do the same thing on this and then finish both sides off with 320. And then I'll get it in primer and then paint. Okay, so I got these all final sanded. I final sanded them with 320 on the back side. I just kind of roughed up the inside, and I'm just gonna spray some primer over this, and then I'll turn them around and primer the outside and then spray the outside black with satin black. Do I need to primer it? Maybe not. I just know that every time I don't use primer, I'm disappointed and not really happy with the final product. Yeah, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. These side panels turned out pretty good, as they can, I guess, for a rattle can paint job. I'm gonna go ahead and get the decals thrown on it. I got the numbers and other decals put on it, but I was waiting on one more. I'm gonna go ahead and get the bottom of these side panels cleaned off and get to slapping this last decal on. All right, so here's how they look. I'm happy with it, man. They turned out great. I didn't want something real crazy out design, you know, it's just a yard card deal. I wanted something simple, clean, all matching, and I think I got it with this design. So yeah, it's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna get the engine soon. Obviously, you can see I got the seat mounted. Next up will be the engine. Gonna finish paying the guy for the engine this week, hopefully, and get that in the mail, get it shipped to me. Go from there, you know, just get the clutch on, get the rear sprocket on, little things here and there, and then eventually get the cart scaled out and get to doing some tires. I need to get a couple more sets of Vegas for this deal. I only got one, and yeah, go from there. Like the video, subscribe, share it, and thanks for watching.